Hello, I'm Rainbow. Thanks for joining me today. We're gonna do a collective reading and Ascension thing. So, this is the first in hopefully what will be multiple months of collective readings and activations. And I have felt called to do this. And I've done this mostly on my podcast, but I'm feeling called to do this for my YouTube and my Patreon in order to kind of help get the collective ready for what is coming. Now, November, I have had a very strong feeling for quite a long while. November is going to be the month of just huge shifts. We have so much happening in November that it is going to blow your mind. I don't know if this is going to be like a COVID level bio weapon attack, or if this is going to be a government. Well, I mean, our government's already shut down. I don't know if it's going to be like a government collapse or a global collapse, trade route collapse. I don't know if this is going to be an alien invasion or an alien disclosure or the downfall of Hollywood and the exposure of what's going on behind the scenes in the dark reaches of the energetic field. I don't know what to expect. But I know that for the past year, I have been shown and told by my spirit team, something starts in November, something big. And the collective, and I, that term is thrown around a lot. I don't generally like using it, but I've got to be able to talk about those who are watching, those who are taking an interest in what they can do to prepare in some way. So we're just going for the sake of continuity. I'm going to call you guys the collective. But truthfully, I know you are all awakening, either humans, starseeds, reincarnated spiritual beings or gods, goddesses, whatever. We are souls that are eternal. We are all choosing to be here at this cataclysmic moment. And it is so exciting, but also absolutely terrifying. On like a human level, there's a lot to lose. There is a lot to gain. And I am here to help you gain. Because your success is all of our success. There is no competition for me. My goal is to give you the best shot at having the most remarkable life you can cultivate for yourself. And we are entering a time where that will be possible in more ways than you will ever imagine. Because magic is returning to Earth. We are starting to be able to use our spiritual abilities to such a level that others can identify it and see it. If you didn't know, there's so many people that are now being able to utilize their telekinetic abilities. Go look it up. Go look it up on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. People can move things with their mind. Which when we were kids, we were like, I'm going to move that. But it's real now. It's always been, you've always been able to. And it started with, you'd think about someone and they'd call and you're like, what a coincidence. That is becoming the norm. It is becoming the norm. And it is so important that we identify how real magic is, or at least how real it's becoming. And if magic are psychic abilities, maybe old folk tales, like, what is the limit? Are these realms with fairies and mermaids and the gods of old, like, are they blurring into our dimension at this point? We don't know. But I do know that I have a lot of skills, psychic powers, psychic warfare, protection. I am going to teach you. I'm going to support you guys in whatever way I can. I've got 3 decades of life skills in the spiritual plane, in the etheric plane under my belt. And I've dabbled with being public on my podcast with teaching these skills. But I feel such a strong demand from Spirit to teach and to lead and to be able to give you guys the guidance you deserve. And this starts in November, because we're going to be entering a time where if you're not at least versed in the bare necessities of spiritual protection, spiritual warfare, how the field, the energetic field, the etheric field, how it functions, how it works, how our thoughts work, how energy works. If you don't know how any of that stuff works, you are at a massive disadvantage. You will be manipulated by things you can't even see or fathom. And I am here to give you support. I'm not going to charge you for it, because this truly should be common common knowledge. I think monetizing literally life skills, I can't bring myself to do it. You want accelerated healing? Check out my website, book a session with me. I will be happy to mentor you and help you become a master of whatever skill you want to learn. But for the most part, I'm going to teach you guys bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. Because truthfully, when you do know the bare necessities of how the spirit world works, how to manifest like a goddess or a god, you don't have any worries. You don't have stress. Life provides. See? Confirmation from our spirit guides. So I'm here starting this series to give you the foundation that you truly need to thrive in this new world that we are entering. And for those skeptics out there, if you're still skeptical, you can stick through this whole thing and, just see what it has to offer. But if you're skeptical, remember this. Come check it back out once we have a little bit more exposed, because it's not going to be long. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen in the month of November, but it's going to be big. We have that weird three-eye atlas thing going on. I don't truly know what to make of it. Is it our star allies coming to liberate the human peoples, to activate us, to ascend us, to help us vibrate at a higher dimensional frequency so that we can have access to our gifts, our abilities, our capabilities, to fully activate our DNA and to be able to levitate and fly and move things with our mind and be able to zap people if we're pissed off at them. Zzz, you know, I don't know. I don't know. They could be bad ones. We already kind of have some here. They could be coming to enslave humanity, and we have to fight back. The only way we'd be able to fight back is if you know what you're doing. So follow me. Yeah, see, I'm not moving. There's someone hanging out with me. Buddy, shows, come on, move. Thank you. He's over here now. Great. I don't know who you are, but we'll just let him. We'll let him or her just chill out over there. Point is, good spirit, good alien, bad alien. Truthfully, we won't know until it gets here. I'm not going to know if this ally is an enemy or a friend until they do something to show me. So, the goal is you must know how to protect yourself. So I'm going to start today's collective reading, collective attunement, light code activation. I'm going to start it with a guided meditation type thing. So how we're going to do this guided meditation type thing. We're going to start with the foundation, the basics. If you don't know how to ground, how to center, how to shield, and how to veil yourself, you will be pretty much up poop creek without a paddle. You have to be kind of drowning in whatever's going on. So these skills provided me protection when I was under the worst spiritual attacks of my life. These skills gave me emotional stability. They gave me mental clarity. They gave me autonomy when entities and beings were trying to infiltrate my essence, my mind, my being, which I don't consent to anymore. I don't consent. And that's really all you need to do to start, is decide you're no longer consenting. But there's also ways that you can create a protection for your field. All right. So let's begin. There. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is you're going to place your hands together. Place your hands together. The reason that we're going to place our hands together is you have your hands are actually energetic generators. We have our negative energy, our positive energy, our feminine energy, our masculine energy. We got the yin, the yang. We're going to bring them together. We are unifying our field. You are creating balance in your auric field. You are creating a circuit into your heart. This is ideal for being able to facilitate the best practice. So, placing your hands together, I want you to then take your feet. You're going to place them on the floor, flat on the floor. Uncross your legs. If you're in a car, what are you doing? Why are you driving and watching this? That's super dangerous. Don't do that. So if you're not in a car, find a way to place your feet on the floor or your butt on the floor. You're going to take a deep breath into your heart. And you're going to relax. Just becoming aware of your body, of the sounds around you, of the edges of your skin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe into your heart. And on your out breath, I want you to become aware of the air and the space around you, your aura. Become aware of your aura. Just kind of feel it. What's it feel like? Is it cool? Is it colorful? Is it light? Is it dense? Is it stuffy? Is it warm? Is it buzzy? Do you feel like you're off kilter or like you're swirling? Don't try and change it. Just be with it. Breathe into your heart. Breathe into your aura. Now I want you to pay attention to the edges. Bring your awareness to the edges of your aura, the very edge of your aura. Where is it? Breathe into your heart. And as you breathe out, where's the edges of my aura? You might notice it at the edges of your room. You might notice it right at your skin. You might notice it around you. Just find all the edges. Find the top. Find the sides. Find the bottom. Breathe into your heart. As you breathe out, notice those edges. Okay, wherever those edges are, with your next breath in, you are going to pull those edges closer to your body. With your next breath out, you're going to send anything that is not yours out through the top of your head. Breathe in, pull the edges towards you. Breathe out, send it out through the top of your head. Anything that isn't yours, anything you picked up, any emotions that are no longer serving you, you just want you. Anything that is dense, anything that is heavy, anything you can sense. If you can sense it, get rid of it. You're just going to clear it out through the top. Anything that is yours, you can't get rid of. So if you feel like a resistance, you want to hold on to something, you got to let that go. It's probably not for you. It's probably not healthy for you. Probably got like a really unhealthy attachment to whatever that is. You're going to have to process that over the next week or so, and that's okay. That's okay. We'll process it. We'll process it together. You could reach out to me. I will help you. But for now, if you can feel it, it's not yours. So breathe into your heart. Breathe out through the top of your head. Breathe in. You're pulling your aura towards you. Out through the top of your head. If you cough, if you sneeze, those are all releases. So allow those things to happen. I happen to have a little bit of a autumn cold. I'm transitioning with the weather change, so please ignore my coughs. I apologize. Breathe in. Pull that aura towards your skin. Breathe out. Send anything that isn't you out through the top of your head. Breathe in. Pull that aura towards your skin. Breathe out through the top of your head. Like a volcano. Like a sweat lodge. Like incense. Like a smudge stick. Like a flame on a candle. I want you to imagine all of that energy just going up with your out breath. So breathe in and breathe out. Okay? You're going to keep bringing your aura all the way until it's a second skin, until you can feel it on top of your body, top of your skin. Ooh, like a little shrinky-dink latex suit. You've got like armor of your own aura all over you. Couple extra breaths. I'm checking my legs. I'm checking my back. I'm checking my front, my face, my head. My feet, my knees, my calves. Pulling everything in, skin tight. And when you are fully skin tight, you might feel a strange shift, a head shift that happens. That's normal. You're finally centered. Good job. So once you have your aura to your skin, we are going to imagine an egg materializing around you, made of the strongest, most protective material you can conceptualize. Okay? Strongest material. I want you to envision the strongest material. Strongest, most protective, most safe. Whatever feels the safest. I've had a lot of clients, and they have told me what their shields were. Because this is a practice I've been teaching people for 10 years. 10 years. This has changed so many people's lives. There was once a woman who really felt that a Himalayan salt lamp was the most protective. She just envisioned a Himalayan sea salt egg around her. There was another person who was like, fire. Nothing can touch fire. Envision fire. Violet flame. Someone was like, well, I can't think of a material, but Archangel Michael. And I was like, well, fine. Have his flaming swords, like 4 flaming swords, just kind of spinning around you. That'll work. There was someone who had a baby blanket, and they felt that was the safest, most protective material they could come up with. They did that. I've heard gold. I've heard silver. I've heard certain crystals that people resonated with. Pick something that is unique and special and safe for you. Everyone is different. If you want to make up your own material, go for it. But it should be something that truly resonates in your heart, not something you're just coming up with for the sake of coming up with. It should be something that really connects you to the sense of safety and protection that you deserve to feel. So, we're going to go ahead, and I want you just to envision that egg materializing around you. You've pulled your aura in all the way. So this egg is going to actually encase your aura. If you don't pull your aura in, then your shield overlaps your aura, and your aura actually leaks out of your shield. You don't want that. You pulled all of yourself in, you're in your shield. We're going to materialize it. I'm going to materialize it right now. I'm materializing it. I am materializing it. Ooh, ooh. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm using, but something I've used for 10 years. 10 years. Can you guess? If you can guess, drop it in the comments. If you're right, I'll give you a free 30-minute tarot reading session. Or Reiki session, whichever you prefer, or a light language session, whatever. If you're correct, I will give you a free session. I will give you a free session. All right? What do I have? What do I have, you guys? What is my shield? So check your front, check your sides, check your back, check the top. Okay. So you're all checked. You've got your beautiful egg. You are safe. You are incubated. You are insulated in this egg. You want to go a second, the next step. You can actually fill this egg with an intention. Let's say you want motivation because you have to do things in your job. Maybe you woke up tired. You're going to fill the egg with the feeling, with the vibration, with the sensation of motivation. Fill your egg with joy. Fill your egg with unconditional love. Fill your egg with magic, with sparkles, with opportunities, with money, whatever you want. Fill your egg. It's going to be kind of like the amniotic fluid for your day. For your day. Just today. Just today. If you know Reiki, then you know to fill your egg with Reiki. Fill your egg with something nice that makes you feel great. All right. Now that you have filled your egg, congratulations. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cloak ourselves. And I'm going to explain to you the purpose of cloaking yourselves. So the difference between shields and cloaking, all right? Shields protect you from other people's negative projections, that protects you from any energetic attacks. It protects you from people wishing harm on you, people wishing ill on you, any kind, like I said, projection. So if somebody like thinks you're, I don't know, arrogant or whatever, if they call you mean names, the bubble protects you from spell work. It protects you from, sometimes it can protect you from entities. Like most of the time, it does the protecting. It is the protector. So it does protect you from entities. So it's protecting you. Okay? Now, depending on what you made your bubble with, if you're like, I feel the safest in a bright Jesus light, the light of God, the light of, I like sparkles. I want to make it sparkly and shiny. I like shiny things. Let's say you created your shiny bubble. That is totally fine, and I encourage you to create the happiest, most beautiful space that you can for your shield. The problem with that is on the other multidimensional planes or the etheric realms, you don't see the other multidimensional beings or entities, spirits, etc. You don't see them. You might not even know that they're there. So you're going about your merry day, And on their dimensional plane, all they see is the bright, shiny thing that looks like a lighthouse. And they're like, I'm a lost spirit. Oh, look, something shiny. Oh, is that where I can get some energy? Is that where I'm gonna hop on that gravy train. That thing looks fun to manipulate and use. That thing has so much energy. It could share. Okay? You will literally look like a beacon to anything, good or bad. If your sparkly and shiny shield is not veiled, if it's not cloaked, if it's not protected. Okay? So that's why we do cloaking. Cloaking is a way that we can kind of mask our shield. We can mask our energy so that it is not just out there, beckoning, beckoning the wrong peoples, okay? So you've got your egg. You've got your little egg. It's a lovely, lovely egg. Now, what I want you to do, just like Harry Potter, we're going to take our invisibility cloak. You can't see it because it's invisible. You're going to toss it over your egg. Woo! All right. You can make this invisibility cloak invisible, or you can make it the color black. You can make it made out of a different type of protective thing, but make it dark, make it grungy, dim your light visually, energetically, because you already have your shield. Your shield is super strong. It's keeping you happy. It's making you feel safe. And for those people that you want to attract, they can see you. They can see you. They can energetically appreciate you. Most people you don't want to attract, well, once you put your little shield on, they're not going to pay you as much mind. They're not going to be able to see you as easily. Some of them, depending on how practiced you are in actually creating the shield, the practice of this veil, depending on how often you're doing this, how intentional you are with your practice, that's going to determine how good you are at this. So I'm going to do it real quick. Check the front, check the back, check the sides, check your legs, check the top. Cover yourself fully. You wouldn't just cover like this if you were naked. You'd probably want to also cover your back, right? Your backside. Maybe not. Maybe you're not as modest as I am. But the point is, cover all the things. You don't want to be seen. All right. So we have centered. We have shielded. We have veiled, cloaked. Now I'm going to ground you. All right? Place your feet firmly on the floor. Take a deep breath into your heart. And a deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. I want you to take a deep breath into your feet. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out through the soles of your feet into the earth. Breathe in through the soles of your feet. Out through the soles of your feet. In through the soles of your feet. Out through the soles of your feet. Your goal is to keep your awareness on just the soles of your feet and that connection point of your feet with the floor, because you're creating a circuit with the earth. What you might feel when you create this is you might feel a little drowsy. You're discharging. You might feel buzzing in your feet. Your feet might fall asleep. You might feel like gravity has shifted. You might feel like your feet are stuck to the floor, like they're sticky or something underneath. You might feel like the air around you is denser. Okay? All of those are normal. Okay? You are grounding. Our goal is to discharge your body of excess energy. It is the same purpose as a grounding line in an outlet. It is the same purpose as a lightning rod. So, breathe down into the earth. And release everything that doesn't belong to you into the earth. You're going to breathe up, earth energies, up through your feet, up your body, up into your heart. And as you breathe out, you're just going to send anything that isn't yours, anything dense, anything that feels bad. Breathe it out into the floor. Okay. Great. We've done a great job. You've done a great job. These are the foundational practices that are going to help set you up for success, for being able to reestablish who you are and who you want to become in the coming month. I implore you, I challenge you, please do this daily. It'll start off taking about 10, 15 minutes to do those practices, maybe 30, if you really put a lot of focus into it and you want to do it thoroughly. Might take 30 minutes for the first 3 to 7 days. Okay, first 3 to 7 days, everybody is at a different level. So for you, it might be 3 days. For the next guy, it could be 7. All right? But 30 minutes is not a lot of time. You wake up, you sit in the sun outside, you sit in your favorite chair, you do just these things. And I promise you, you will have a completely different reaction to your life. You will feel like a different person in a very positive way. You won't be emotionally reactive. You won't have intrusive thoughts. You won't have racing thoughts. You won't be easily manipulated. You won't find yourself distracted as easily. You will be fully in command of your body, your energy, and what you interact with. And this changed my life. It really did. My life was so chaotic. I was, a little tidbit about me, Rainbow Raja. Hi. I've always had these abilities, but my family was not believers. My father was an atheist, and my mother, she was a Lutheran, who didn't really go to church. And my parents, my mom thought I had a very active, incredibly powerful imagination. And certain things that I did, she was so enthusiastic about and would tell our friends and family. like when I would accurately interpret an animal's needs or what they were communicating to me. I had some rabbits and they were in their hutches, and I remember one day one of my rabbits told me to go dig a hole in the yard. And I went and I got a little trowel and I'm like digging a hole. I was 4 years old, 4 years old. I'm digging a hole in the yard. My mom comes up to me and she's like, "What are you doing? Rainbow, what are you doing? Huh? What you doing?" And I was like, "Spotty told me to dig a hole. So I'm digging him a hole." And she was like, "Okay, sure. Go ahead. Dig a hole for the bunny." Like, "I will." So I dug a hole. And she's like, "What do you think Spotty's going to do with the hole?" I was like, "Probably going to sit in it. He says it's hot." And she's like, "Okay." She let the rabbit out when I was done digging the hole. And this is across the yard. So the hutch is over here. My hole is over here. The bunny had to hop across the grass, across the garden, hop in the hole, right? That rabbit beelined from the hutch into the hole. My mother was shocked. She was like, "How did you know?" It's like, "Spotty told me. I was normal. Just don't, you don't hear what the buddies want? They tell me all the time. I play games with them. I play them music. I sing to them and I talk to them. And that's what they like." It seemed normal to me. My mom thought it was incredible. There were multiple times things like that happen. I'm not going to give you every single circumstance because that would take all day. But that's just an example. So growing up, I was always in tune with the ether. I could read people's thoughts. I could completely understand what they were going through, and I would interpret their situations and give them guidance. But by the time I was 10 and puberty started for me, my ability to control my emotions when I think really what happened, I don't know for sure, but I think when puberty happens, for a psychic person or a spiritual person, shaman, whatever the case may be, your field opens up even more. And I was able to feel very deeply everyone's emotions. I could hear everyone's thoughts. My mind was always a cacophony. I just thought everybody had that. It was like I could hear so many voices, and if I really tuned in certain voices, I could discern them. But I started to have emotional regulation issues. And it was because all of this stimulus was so chaotic, and I didn't know what was me, and I didn't know what was channeled or felt from someone else. I thought it all was me. I genuinely thought all of it was me. So if somebody was going through a breakup, I would feel that breakup. And even though logically I had no reason why I was so depressed and feeling like grief and sadness and didn't know what was going on, I would have to process that emotion and express it to get rid of it, to get it away from me. And so my mom, when I was 10, started seeing me having these rapid mood swings. And she was like, "What is going on?" She had me checked out. And this was the 90s. And they're like, "Oh, she's bipolar. This is super normal. Here's a bunch of pills." I was on so many pills from the age of 10 to the age of 18. Okay. And it was a horrible time for me because I don't remember a lot from those 8 years. I felt very disconnected to my body. I couldn't feel emotions. I was out of my body a lot. I was literally watching myself through the ceiling of buildings, through, I'd float above my body as it just automated through life. It was a very, very, very strange experience. And when you don't feel anything, sometimes you get to a point where you're like, you want to do anything you can to feel. I would do dumb things to feel something, anything. Eventually, I got off of all that, and a spiritual teacher found me recognized what I could do and who I was, and taught me those practices that I just taught you. They taught me. They sat with me. The first time I grounded, I sobbed like a baby because the feeling of letting go, it was so challenging, but it, like, once I actually let it go and I let it go into the earth, it was such a relief. I had been carrying so much from other people. I had carried other people's trauma, other people's suffering, other people's, their karmic cycles. I had been carrying their thoughts, their emotions, their memories. I had just being able to shed everything that wasn't mine. I still remember that feeling, sitting on the carpet in school, and this teacher teaching me how to just let it drip out of me, drip off of me into the earth. Like, just like a faucet, just let it all wash out of me. And I cried. I sobbed because I had so much inside of me. I sobbed. When I was done crying, I felt tired, but I felt so much lighter. And I never had mind chatter again. I never had those emotional mood swings. They were gone. Months later, I was taught how to bring my aura to my body. And then a couple months later, I was taught how to shield. And these were from different people. And these were not people I sought out. These were people who saw me and taught me. And for those teachers out there that did that, you changed my life. You saved me. And I'm so grateful. I'm not going to call you guys out unless you want me to. And I will happily give you credit. I will happily give you credit. I am so grateful to my teachers, to my mentors, to my guides, my human guides that taught me how to become stable and how to heal my mental illness. Reiki was a huge factor in that. When I learned Reiki, I did so much work on myself. I have been assessed multiple times since learning Reiki by mental health professionals. They even did EKGs. They hooked me all up to the neurotransmitters. I've been put through MRIs. I've done tests with UCLA's neurodevelopment, their prodromal, their bipolar unit, their research facility. I was put through that. I was a test subject for a decade. And I can tell you, the reason UCLA now has a Reiki clinic is because at the end of my decade working with them, I had done so much Reiki that my mind was completely cleared of all of those markers for prodromal schizophrenia and bipolar. And they took me aside into a room, like a whole team sat me down and were like, we need to know what you've been doing the past 2 years, because your mind was probably one of the most crazy ones we'd see. And within 2 years, you have completely normalized your mind. It is almost like you have never had an imbalance at all. What did you do? We need to know what you did. This is back in, this is probably 2012, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, around that time. And they did this whole thing, and they were like, "What did you do?" I said, "Reiki." I learned some shamanic healing practices, and I learned Reiki, and I've been doing Reiki every single day for myself. And they were like, "Anything else? Have you taken any supplements?" Like, "No, I'm off medication. I've been off medication for years, 5 years at least." They were like, "Anything else?" I was like, "Reiki. I do Reiki like 3 hours a day." And they were like, "Okay." And like a year or two later, there was a Reiki clinic on the UCLA campus in Southern California. And I don't know if I had anything to do with that, but the fact that they kept reaching out to me afterwards to tell me how I was a very important test subject for that clinic, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be a research subject for that research, and I'm very grateful that um, they took the findings and they did something with it to help others. I'm so grateful they took the findings and did something with it. And so please take these findings, take these skills, and do something with it. You don't have to be completely emotionally unstable, but if you have imbalance in your life and you want support, please use the skills. All right, collective reading. Let's go. I'm so excited. All right, so we have this collective reading. The intention that I set was, what do you need to know to get ready for this cataclysmic shift that is happening in November? So the first card that we have is Kairos. Kairos. So Kairos is this timelessness outside of space and time. In my mind, I see it as like the void, the state of nothingness, of being truly like still and zen. To when you go into a very deep meditation, you almost detach from your identity. You almost detach from your sense of self. You detach from, who and what I am. There is no I am truly, like, you don't know who you are. You're just floating. You're just existing. In a way, you just am. You're not I. There is no I. It's just am. Just boop. You're just floating around. You don't know how much time has passed. Sometimes it feels like an eternity. Sometimes it feels like a microsecond. But when you truly connect with the energy of Kairos, this is the void. This is the birthplace of all things and all beings and all dreams. Before the Big Bang, there was Kairos. It is the connection to the one. In a way, this is the energy of omnipresence, of being one with all things, all events, all people, all time. You just exist, interwoven in the fabric of existence. It is kind of a surreal state to tap into. And I'm so grateful for the times in my life when I have had the pleasure of being aligned with this state of being. I encourage you to do those practices so you can tap into your state of timelessness, of just being, just being. And in that space, you can become whoever, you can manifest whatever, because there is no strife, there is no stress, there is nothing besides everything. Because it's all a possibility. And so from Kairos, there is the empty room. The empty room, people see the empty room as like, oh, I'm so scared of this dark, empty room. In a lot of ways, it's intimidating. You're worried you're going to be bored. You're worried there's not going to be anything there for you. You enter that void space. You enter that nothingness, and you think you're going to be bored. You think, like, well, what happens when I don't have thoughts? Well, what happens when I'm just sitting there? It's going to be so boring. No, my dear friend, because in that space of nothing, you can be anything, you can do anything, you visualize, and it will permeate the field of time and space and follow you. So in this empty room, you're going to visualize who you want to be. Visualize the type of house you want, the type of life you want, the job you want. This room can be anything, can look like anything. You want a slide here that goes into a pool of Jell-O? I mean, sure. Visualize it. What does that slide feel like? Visualize the feeling of going down that slide. Is it a swirly whirly slide, or is it just a steep whee? Whatever it is, create it. Is this empty room a room in your house? Is it your office space? Is it your connection with your guides? Is this your conference room for meeting with your guides? It can be anything. It is anything. You can't get to this manifestation space until you let go of this. Yeah, I mean, you got to enter this state, the state of being. This. Got to be that. Become omnipresent, yet detached. Detached from expectations. Detached from your identity. Detached from your trauma and your past. Detached from what will be. All of your responsibilities for the rest of the day. Detached from your responsibilities for what you expect out of yourself. Anything that might be vying for your attention. Your kids in the other room. Your partner who wants to talk to you. Whatever. Detach. Completely detach. Be still. Suspend yourself in space. Suspend yourself in time. Drop all facades. Drop all identities. Release all the energy. Release your attachment to reality. Release your attachment to the here and now. And allow yourself to be encompassed in that empty room. And from that empty room, build who you want to be. Build the life you want. Visualize. Project into that space. It is the vision. This is where that vision comes into play. You need to visualize what you want. In this particular card, it is the vision of ascending. Where are you? There you go. The vision of ascending. You got the mountain. That's the mountain. When we connect to the mountain energy, it is ascension. It is going on this pilgrimage, this trek, this, I'm going to have this higher perspective. This vision must be cultivated, must be honored, it must be nurtured, Must be protected. Must be protected. You can only protect this vision in this empty room. Create the vision in the empty room. This is your dream. This is your destiny. You are all powerful. Remember, you are God. Manifest. Manifest like you mean it. All right, next. The reason that we must protect, please protect that vision. Protect. You're going to hold it. You're not going to go sharing it with everyone. Don't go around telling people. That is such a mistake. Do not do that. Don't do that. You know why? There's always snakes in the grass. You got the shapeshifter. You've got the destroyer. These are our anti-friends. Sometimes there are actual friends. A shapeshifter is someone who they are so deeply dissatisfied with who they are based on their past, the choices they've made. They're so deeply disappointed with who they are that they will pretend to be someone they're not. They will pretend. And there's a difference between the pretenders and the creators. Because if you can't separate yourself from time and space, separate yourself from who you were yesterday. If you can't go, well, yesterday's rainbow already, she passed away when she went to sleep. Like, the version of myself of yesterday is gone. The only version that exists is the one right now. And if I am choosing to act from the vision of who I want to be right now in this moment, and I continue on acting from that vision, from that inner space of vision, of knowing who I want to become, then I'm not pretending. I am becoming. But a shapeshifter will act to the outside world the way that they think that person would be, but it would always be a lie. So they would lie and tell people, oh yes, I went to that job interview and I got that job. And oh, I remember that time that I got to babysit, I don't know, Kirsten Dunst. I babysat Kirsten Dunst when she was a child. I babysat Drew Barrymore. Whatever. They will make something up that never happened. So that person never ever watched those people as a babysitter. You know, maybe they make up the story that, like, I have men all the time hitting me up. But really, there's no one interested. No one has hit her up. Shapeshifter. Pretender. You know, you might have someone who maybe works at McDonald's or works, you know, at a lower level job, and they're going around telling people that they're a CEO of a company, right? The difference between the shapeshifter and who you're trying to become is the shapeshifter confuses the illusion of what they wish they were with becoming who they wish they were. You want to become who you wish you are, and you are working on that. You are actively holding this vision. You are projecting it into the void, into the empty room. You are making sure that you are releasing your attachment to time, space, and your identity so that you can metamorphosize into that person. and you are acting with integrity. You are taking deliberate steps that person that you want to be would take. You are always in alignment with the values of that person. And you only tell people when it's already manifest. This person tells people long before it's manifest and before they're anywhere near close to their target. It's almost like they've got an arrow and they're like, I'm going to be, I don't know, I'm going to be a movie star. I'm a movie star, right? And so they're like, if I manifest and I tell everybody I'm a movie star, I'm just going to become a movie star. And they're like ready, and they like shoot it off like into the tree line, like, and the target's right here, and they just bloop, like almost behind themselves. They're like, la 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 la. No. No. You got to take conscious action. So the shapeshifters are the pretenders. They're the ones who cannot accept themselves for who they are. They can't love themselves enough to become accountable for the mistakes they made in the past, enough to forgive themselves to move on. They can't realize that that person that they were is just an illusion, just like them. There's nothing wrong with those people, and I pray that all of those people recognize they have the power to become who they want to be, and they don't have to lie about it, and they can just start being that person. Just start being. Forgive themselves for the mistakes, make decisions to not be that person again, and change. The other person in your field that will affect your ability to manifest the life you want is the destroyer. These are the people. This type of person is the epitome of misery loves company. These are the happiness haters. These destroyers are the self-saboteurs. They are the people who self-loathe so badly. They hate themselves. They hate their lives. They hate the decisions they made so much that they literally ooze toxicity and self-loathing all over the people they care about. They're like, I hate myself so much. You should hate yourself too. You should hate yourself too. So join me in hating yourself. They will destroy every good thing they have, destroy every opportunity they are offered. They will have nihilist views. They are the people who are the glass half empty perspective people. They cannot look at a negative situation, or any situation sometimes. They can't look at a bad thing and find the silver lining to that situation. They don't know how. They are completely consumed by their own either like shame around how it happened. It could be embarrassment. It could be guilt. It could be whatever the emotion that surrounds them for why they made that choice. You know, maybe they just didn't feel like they deserved the good things going on in their life. Maybe they underestimated those good things and made those poor choices. And those people, the destroyers, they struggle the most with taking accountability. They struggle at seeing themselves as the predator to their own life success. They will blame everyone else, instead of looking in the mirror and saying, oh, crap, I did this to myself. Ooh. If they were able to look at themselves in the mirror and say, oh man, I made some really poor choices. I made those choices because I was misguided. I was embarrassed. I was trying to make a point. I wanted my partner to feel jealous. I wanted, I really was under the impression of this and this and that. I really thought this, and I made a mistake. And now I'm upset with the life that I've created for myself. I should work on improving it, right? I forgive myself. I'm sorry to myself for making that happen. I'm so sorry myself. I forgive the people involved because they had nothing to do with it. I forgive myself because I'm human and I make mistakes, and it's time that I learn how to not make those same mistakes again. So because I'm actually looking at the problem and realizing I'm the problem and deciding to make better choices next time, I can forgive myself. I'm thanking myself now for having the wisdom to take accountability. And I'm just gonna move on, right? If they could do that, they could get into this energy. They could get into this energy. All they have to do is ho'oponopono themselves into a new reality. So if you're one of those people who likes to nihilistically self-destruct your life, blame everybody other than yourself for your problems, it's time. It's time. Ho'oponopono yourself into a new reality. All right? But for those of you who are in this space of, I'm ready to manifest the life I want in November 2025, I think we're in. Gosh, I really don't know. I'm really in the state of time and space as something of another, whatever. Point is, you guys, you don't go around sharing your vision because you don't want these guys having access to the energy that you're manifesting. Don't let those people destroy your manifestation. You keep we did the shield. Look at that. That's the shield. This is the shield. We brought our aura in. Here's the aura. Here's your shield. Okay, here's your shield. Here's you're grounded. You're shielded. You veiled it. We veiled it. Maybe this is the veil and this is the shield and this is your center. That's the center. This is literally, this is you. This is what we just did. Protect yourself. Give yourself the bubble. We've got center. Fill your shield with all the good things. Here's your center. That's the little person. Little person in there you are. There's your center. We went inside to feel that, right? Right in there. Now you're going to fill your bubble with all the good things. Pull your aura all the way to your edges. Here's the edges of your vision. Edges of your vision. Here's your shield. And here is your veil. Okay? Here's your yes. Great. The very last card, just so you guys know, we're barely started. Barely started. I feel bad. We have the Anima Mundi. Anima Mundi. This is full balance. This is you being connected to your yin. Look, you got this, yes, zoom in. Thank you. We've got this wonderful, balanced, perfectly balanced version of yourself. The Anima Mundi is being attuned and centered to mind, body, spirit. Everything is coming into balance. Everything starts to make sense. Synchronicities begin to happen. You are power manifest. It is the bridging of vision into third dimensional reality. You are bridging your mind, your bridging the vision into existence. That is what that means. This is, you know, in tarot, you have a pentacle, which is the star here. The pentacle is abundance. It is manifestation. It is culmination of your heart's desires manifest, right? So the pentacle, this is your abundance. This is your ability to bring forth what you want. But also the pentacle in most magical practices is the 5 elements. You've got spirit, earth, air, fire, water, right? Whatever. I'm sure I got them all wrong. Doesn't matter. Point is 5 elements: earth, spirit, fire, water, air. You are fully balanced. You are fully connected and in tune with all the fields. And things are making sense. You're getting your synchronicities. Everything is falling into place. So if you guys do these things, do the shields, you do your meditation of manifestation, you will be fully balanced. And you will keep the bad people out of your aura, your energy. I would love for you, if you guys resonate with this, if you like what I'm dishing out, please, please, please do this for a week. Just do the things I said for a week. Okay? Put it in your phone calendar. Like, put a little alarm with the link to this video and be like, I'm going to do my meditations every single day. You do it for a whole week. I encourage you. I want you guys to come back to this video, whether it's good, whether it's bad, but you need to work with integrity, because I may not see what you're doing, but there are forces that do. So work with integrity. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Go do the meditation practices. Come back in 1 week and leave a comment with your progress. If you do, I will reward you. I will invite you to join me in a private session or feature you on a future episode or something. Whatever, we'll talk. We'll figure it out. I don't know exactly. It's just being encouraged. I will interact with you, and I'll give you a free tarot reading or something. I want to know how you guys are doing. I want to support you. I want to know if this stuff works for you. And if it doesn't work, tell me where it's not working. And I will make a video specifically for you to correct whatever issues you may be having, to answer any questions you may have. I will make a video specifically for your concerns. But do me a favor, take 7 days, put these things into practice, and I will support you. All right. Moving on. What can the collective do? Now, I'm not really a fan of using the term collective because it's really overused. But in order to have continuity between all the other spiritual channels, I'm going to call you guys the collective, or my rainbows rising, my rising rainbows, my friends, my colleagues, my star seeds, my spiritual seekers. We're just going to call you all the collective. What does the collective need to know and do this November, this month? If you're seeing this in the future, this is a timeless reading. Timeless reading. November, but it's timeless, all right? Timeless. Timeless. Activation. Timeless reading. Whenever you see this, it's going to apply to you. Ooh. Ah. Interesting. interesting. You know what's funny? When I picked up this deck, this card was actually at the very, very, very bottom of the deck. And I shuffled it, and somehow top 5 cards. So, or 4 cards or whatever. Okay. These are things we're going to cover that you need to do. And this is what to expect. Like why you need to do them. Okay. This is for the collective. So this is what is happening globally. The last reading was what you should do for your personal life. This is global. A global message. So, as I spoke earlier, the energies going on right now on a planetary level is like very, very strange. There's a lot going on. We don't really, like, I don't know specifics, but I do know something big is happening in November. It's going to start. It's going to be like the tipping point for a lot of different things. So to understand what is actually going to be happening, I'm going to look at these cards. We've got caching. Now this card shows me, you know, this is so weird. I'm just going to go with the first instinct here. I feel like this is past, present, future. Okay? Past, present, future. And I think this is actually talking about the multidimensional beings that people channel. Because we have communication here with a little singing bowl. I see this as like a singing bowl. So, in the past, there were beings that came here, and they planted seeds. So, I'm kind of seeing this as star seeds. So, star seeds were planted here on Earth. Right now, they are all being withdrawn, awakening. They're all waking up to who they are, what they are capable of doing. Their gifts, they're helping wake others up, they're helping activate others. And right now, so like we were all in hiding, we were all under the soil. We were all hiding under this soil, you know, like, and spirit is waking us all up. And this has been going on since the 80s. Okay. Humans have been around for a long time, but starseeds started implanting in the 80s. And this is all channeled. I'm just going with it. So starseeds were planted here. And what starseeds are they are souls from intergalactic regions, other fully developed civilizations. And they saw humans and they're like, oh, they've got these cool bodies, they can do certain things, they have intelligence, there's a lot of capabilities on this planet. We're going to watch them, we're going to see how they do. And when things started getting muddled, you see the muddle, you know, foggy, when things started looking dreary, spirit started planting these higher developed beings, these beings with more experience on a multidimensional level. Beings that can see the future, beings that can interact with different levels of energy, different realms, that lived thousands of lives, different experiences, different existences. For the most part, most humans are pretty like, you know, like all of our souls have been living forever. Forever. And a lot of humans are just asleep to the, like, all of the experience from their past, all the past lives, all the past experiences. And I think we originally were supposed to be able to see clearly. We were supposed to be able to see every past life. We were supposed to be able to read energy, to project, to be able to create. You know, the Bible is like talks about how God made us in his image. God is omnipresent. God is able to see out of the eyes of every being and to be able to, you know, create the life, the heaven on earth, and to be able to do whatever God truly feels is best for all, collectively. And if we were made in his image, that is like, we don't have that capability. But it's not because God chose that. There something clouded the original design. You know, the architecture back here, you got these buildings, like something is clouding the view of what we're supposed to be capable of. And so spirit was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So maybe God can't see us clearly, or spirit, you know, I just feel like there's some force of planning, something that planned the design of universe. And even though this is kind of part of the plan, as like part of the story, this part of the plot, like as part of the plot, as part of the story arc, we, there was supposed to be something that clouds, the original design of humans. And Spirit was like, okay, this is a great story arc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant a bunch of highly evolved spiritual beings and see what happens. So, I think some people believe this to be the 144,000. There's earth angels, there's star seeds, there's reincarnated fae, there's the ascended masters that are reincarnating. There's, you know, fallen angels, right? Fallen angels. Whatever the case may be. There's even like some people who are like maybe darker entities being reincarnated, dark fae, dark. Our world is so vast with all these different types of people that had different past life experiences. And we're all planted here. We're all different seeds from different plants, right? And now Spirit is waking us up to what we truly like were originally supposed to be able to perceive, which is all of our past lives, all of the times that we lived in other realms, you know, have access to our full knowledge and capability. And so as we are waking up and we're like, oh, like my reality is crumbling, what is going on? Like I seriously just thought everything was, you know, the way that it was presented, the narrative I was told by society, by my parents, by school growing up. This was what I believed reality to be. And as reality is crumpling, as we wake up, as we have new memories, or as truths we grew up knowing were truths dissolve and fragment and break, we are starting to recognize, wait a second, everything was a facade growing up. That, you know, like when Pluto, when they announced that they no longer considered Pluto a planet, I was like, I don't trust anything anybody says anymore. Pluto is definitely a planet. Like, I don't believe you, society. It's that kind of stuff. Like some people, it was the vaccines. When they started realizing that some people who got vaccinated ended up sicker or debilitated with autoimmune diseases, with whatever. And the vaccine protocol, where we're told vaccines protect us, that they are creating an immunity in our bodies to protect us from some unseen threat outside ourselves. And then it's like you're injecting yourself with the threat. Very strange. that broke a lot of people. That broke people. Like, they stopped trusting in the government, and they stopped trusting in the medical system, and they stopped trusting in society. That is what is happening. We are waking up, and we are being exposed to the light, whatever that light is, and it might be different for all of us. You might be seeing, I don't know, you might be seeing through the different lies of the political system, and somebody else might be seeing through the different lies of the medical system, and somebody else might be seeing through the lies of their religious beliefs, that they were raised atheist and now suddenly they have these telekinetic abilities and their entire reality is shattered. They're like, what? Or they're having premonitions that are coming true, and that is just flooring them. They think they have mental health problems, and the mental health medication just isn't working for them, and things are getting worse. Those kinds of things. People are waking up. And there are those who woke up a little early, who didn't allow other people, either our families, the medical institutes, society in general, those people, when they started to wake up, when they were pulled out, the seed sprouted and something, the catalyst happened. Those people didn't allow the chatter from society to change the communication they had with their higher self, with source, with their faith. And they start communicating their experience. They start communicating how others can help themselves, like me, right? They're doing activations, they're doing meditations, they're sharing their stories. They're like, hey, listen, you guys, this happened to me, and that's why I know this. This is happening. It's happening all over the place. And some of these people's stories sound so radically, like, you sit there and you're just like, that person's making it up. But the truth is a lot of times the most radical stories, the most radical, like, stories of disbelief, you may think it's made up because it's not believable to you based on your current perspective of reality. But those people, if you think about it, would you go out and make up a story that fantastical and be shunned by society? Would you go out and put yourself under ridicule like that? Would you choose that? Would you choose to be publicly questioned for your experience? Would you choose the struggle that comes with being honest, with opening up? Would you choose that? I don't know a lot of people who would consciously choose that. There are people who will lie for attention, lie to push a narrative. There are people who will lie to get in front of eyes, to, there's no such thing as bad publicity type of vibe. And those people, they can't hold that identity for very long. It usually falls apart within a year. There are always inconsistencies in their story. They can never show proof. They don't walk their talk. They can't prove they know what they're talking about. They can't teach you how to overcome that same problem because they have never been able to actually overcome that problem to begin with. That's how you discern who is telling the truth and who is not. Is the people who have been through it. They will know exactly how to guide someone in a similar circumstance out of the muck without any snags or obstacles added to the process. The other person will be stuck. They won't really know how to guide someone through the process. They will fold under pressure. Their story will change. The details of the story will shift and change. Little things might change with someone who is honest, because our memories are inconsistent for little details. But the overarching story and how things happened and the general timeline will stay the same. Give people some grace. We're all just grasping at straws in our own minds. So do your best, discern the ones who are communicating truth, that are communicating from a place of openness, of authenticity. They've been on the chopping block. They've gotten their harvest. They are the zero to hero story. They can show you. They will just open up. There is transparency with their journey. They're the ones who are happy to tell you where they messed up along the way. They're happy to. They're like, hey, I messed up here. And I'm here to tell you what you can do so you don't make those mistakes and get set back. Okay? So first, awakening. Second, all the people who are awakening are coming out. They're sharing their gifts. They're talking about it. There is buzz. And the third, this is the future card. There's a warning. Spirit, with that illumination of people's gifts, there is a warning. Spirit is warning us. And these are magnolia trees here, that we are coming out of the fog. And I think really what this warning is, you have to choose peace. You have to choose regeneration. You've got to be able to choose. You have to have the awareness to choose these skills that people are teaching. You have to have the awareness to protect yourself. Because what's coming, the warning of what's coming, you have to be the light. You have to shine your light. You have to tap into who you truly are. You have to be ready. You have to be ready. You have to be shining your brightest, being in your best version of yourself. Because the warning is if you're not, this fog is going to get you. That fog is going to come in and it's going to distort your reality. From square one, you're going to be completely blindsided by what is coming. Because there is wrath. This card, something is coming. Like, I see this as like an invasion, or I'm getting chills. It's like Spirit is sending almost like an army to, I mean, you could see this as the apocalypse. I don't see it as an apocalypse. I'm as a shamanic practitioner, I believe that all belief systems are viable. So we have the Christians and the Catholics who say the rapture is coming. I see this as kind of a rapture. And I don't know if Spirit is utilizing an army of either aliens or higher dimensional beings, an army of dark beings, an army of, I don't know what the army is. But if I know that this is spiritually designed, like this is not an accident. This is meant to happen. It is coming. And if you are not shining, if you are not activated, if you are not clear, you will be a target. You will be, there is something coming. Something is coming for you. I don't know what it is. And I'm not into doom and gloom, dude. I don't do this. This is not a normal reading at all for me. I'm 1000% serious. Like, I feel like I just channeled something crazy. Like, this is kind of what I've been feeling is coming, but this is, I can't. I can't. And I am just getting goosebumps all over. This is coming. If you're not able to protect yourself, if you're not aligned, if you don't know how to save yourself, heal yourself, do the work, I think this is just going to sweep you up. You're just going to be a casualty in it. You're either going to be like infiltrated and carried away, or you're going to go down with the ship. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. You know, I don't know. But it's not good. It's so please. Oh my God. You guys, I'm stressed out because I'm usually I'm the glasses is full. Like, half full doesn't exist to me. It's just always full. Even when I went through the worst times of my life, I just kept a very, very pure perspective on life, that I am grateful for all the horrible things. And I know I'm going to be grateful for this too. But I am really encouraging you guys, do your shadow work now, like immediately. Like, go get yourself a shaman. Doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be, like, if you want help finding a shaman, I can refer you. I know a lot of them. I will get you an energy healer, a Reiki practitioner. You want a naturopathic doctor, I will find you one. I will send you where you need to go. I will find someone credible, not maybe incredible and credible. I will find you the right person for you. You come reach out to me, tell me what you're going through. If you don't want to work with me, that's fine. But let me help you find someone who can help you do the work. I don't want anybody going through this. I don't want anybody being a casualty. I'm actually like, what can the collective do? What can the collective do? What can the collective do to avoid the wrath of what is coming? Battle. Be battle ready. You better know how to fight on the spiritual plane. You better know what you're up against. You better know what you're up against. We need to have a healthy, spiritually energetic routine. You know what? I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you. And I can see that I am being called to create the routine. If what I'm saying resonates, if you got the goosebumps, if you're like, hey, I've been feeling something like this too, subscribe. I'm going to come on. I'm going to do this every day. I'm going to just come on here. We are going to create a routine. We're going to do a ritual. I'm going to talk about the energetic laws. We're going to do readings to determine what we're talking about. I will have a live chat up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You can text me. You text me. I will leave my whatever on the thing. I will find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. But I'm going to start a routine. I'm going to start a routine, and I encourage you to too. We need to be energetically aligned. Something is coming. Something is coming. and we need to know how to protect ourselves. We need to know how to survive. And I feel like I am here to teach you guys. I'm here to teach you guys spiritual warfare. I'm here to teach you about the different entities and the different energies and the different beings that exist so that you can start to discern what you're dealing with, who you're dealing with, who's in your energy field, who's messing with you. There's some crazy things out there, and I want to teach you. Emotional manipulation, people messing with your field. I want to teach you guys how to deal with that. Literally, that just whoop, ghosts. We're all worried about a zombie apocalypse, but how do you fight ghosts? I know how to fight ghosts. So, subscribe, join me. Tomorrow, we're going to do our little shield together. So you don't even have to be accountable for yourself. We're going to shield ourselves up. And we're going to cover ghosts because we've had a ghost even in this reading, we've had a ghost. I'm going to talk about ghosts, what they are, where they come from, how you can support yourself. We're going to talk about all the things that go bump in the night. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about it all. We're going to talk about it all. Tomorrow, we're covering all the entities. I normally charge for these classes. Girls and boys, we are just going to start. We're just going to start. Oh, look. Ah. Things will be fine, though. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to have abundance. Look, abundance and luck. Abundance and luck. Those were the two cards that just came out. I just had abundance a second ago. I don't think I showed the main camera. There's like multiple cameras set up. Oh well. Whatever. Abundance and luck. Abundance and luck. Okay, we're going to be fine. So, if you want to work with me one-on-one, you want a private reading, you want a private attunement, you want to ask questions, maybe you're going through some crazy things and you're like, I don't know what's going on, but I want to talk to somebody who does, hit me up. If I don't know what's going on, I will refer you to someone who does for no cost. I'll just be like, hey, I know someone who will help you. I will send you to them and I will make sure they work with you. Even if I have to arrange something, I will arrange it. But we are entering a time this November. Something is going to happen. I think we just kind of got shown a little bit about what's coming. It's a good thing. I mean, how many of us wished there was magic? I know I did. I wished there was magic growing up. I wanted magic. I got my wish. I've had my wish for my whole life. Even if other people didn't see my magic, I did. But okay, let's have one card of what can we all expect positive. Listen to the truth. Listen. So, if you're listening to this and this resonates, please follow. If you're listening to this and you want to learn these things, you want to explore this, maybe you're not really sure if it fully resonates or not, that's okay too. I want you to follow your truth. I want you to know your own truth. But if this message reached you and it hit a chord, I want to support you. I want to give you the tools that you need to evolve, to be the best version of yourself, to manifest a good life for yourself. You know why? Because I love you. And with that, I'm going to attune you to I I just want to attune you to the Kairos energy, the Kairos energy from earlier. So I'd like you to set the intention that you're open to receiving only what is for your highest and best good, that you're open to receiving healing, attunement, and balance, to be in alignment with your highest self, your highest timeline. If you have a specific goal that you would like, I am also leaving open the healing flow to heal whatever you might be working on, whatever you'd like to manifest. All right, ready? He tanaye ki in hamauku unai he parai nishna kayetana bo oshana ke amai. Lama anoko ura uye shana hana yete eshna kai. He puru ini yeshine ke ene yato na ayana ku o a na a e ama. Umono tanaya tanaya mohoa muaparan. He amatora huaham. Hamahoa muatanai ha muakarahamai. You may be wondering what language I'm speaking in. It is a light language. What light language, you ask? Let me tune back into it. This is Lyran. What we're doing is we are just taking a specific frequency of balance and we are infusing it into your auric field. We're taking peace, centeredness, presence, and infusing it into your field. The way we're doing this is through vibration. Each tone, each sequence of tones is creating waves in your energy. And those waves are washing through your field. They are almost in a way reprogramming things that are not in the same frequency as what we are hoping to accomplish. Since we're trying to tune into that Kairos energy, first we have to clear you, bring you present, and then we're going to elevate you. Right now we're working in your sacral. Just breathe deep into any areas of discomfort at this time. Hushama ku'umahana yetana parayani hamakawo shamai ke in ad unushnaye kiawa shma moye buawa pachanoye gabwa jamwaya pwaya kiyamwa pwaya kwa. This is Lemurian. Momomoye ye shamwaye kwamwaye pwayo punhoa hemwa. Himwa, gamwa, wayo, bwa. We're giving you more resilience. He no mua puaea, ke mua puato noa, ye puana toa, he mua na poa, ke nanataya, he monotoa, ke nashtaraya, ke monoaya, ke mua na toa, he amua. Working on sovereignty. He moana toya, ke moaya poro, ke moa matoya, he monoa, sheratanaeam, como ahotoya. Grounding you into your authentic expression. Mahane ye ko o shoko ye na bai e na shete e totoko ye ke bwai na kabara ye ke amana ye shedatai e shedai na chai chai totoko o tai na shene ka atana no ko cho. We're grounding down your energy. Nashanati e shedeke e mana sheje boy. Je dara no dara yata na no shinai. O shinai no shiko boy e. Shim warai nash na ya tanya jai. Nash nanai no shuko ye ya ja. Ja motion no kode. Nash na koro no shno borayai. Get no. Now we're kind of combining that Lemurian with some Pleiadian. We are reformatting your energetic field. Bringing in more light, clearing out that fog. We're searching your field for things that are not yours, that are foreign from other dimensions or sources, like entities and such. We're working in the heart now. There's some heaviness, density, and discord. We're going to breathe deep into your heart and clear that out. I want you to allow any coughs, yawns, etc., any kind of like expelling, detoxing to happen. Don't suppress it. I want you to release. Breathe deep into it. Any discomfort, breathe into it. We're going to clear out your chest, clear out your heart chakra, clearing out your throat chakra. Recalibrating your throat chakra to be able to hear your guides and your guidance system more clearly. Communicate your authentic expression and your needs. Pulling anything that isn't true for what you want or need. These are wounds. These are things you were taught that are not authentic. We're pulling that out. You can even help by pulling it out of yourself if you feel that density. Data na no ko opa ana ye he maki ia. No momo shanana ya yashamuku umaya. Yin jan yam wam wam. Now we're pulling in light, pulling in those higher vibrations, healing energy, kind of like Reiki. We're just going to pull it into our body, into our toroidal field. Hanya yanya wa wapayana wapayam wapwa. Ye mano panye. We're going to empower ourselves. Humwa no tamwa, he amwanto, he amwato, amoto yato. If you have a rattle or a drum or, I don't know, some sort of percussion type instrument, please shake it around you. If you don't, I have them in the room, but I'm going to show you. If you don't, use your hands. I can make you clap your hands. Behind you. That one's a little harder. I can make your hands clap. Clap as hard as you can. Clear your energy field. Clear it. Anything else, guys? We're entering such an exciting time. Some of you guys are going to be able to be doing this soon. Noshma ba inato noshana yeki ana bojoye. Jalala yaki ala kun shoshe and ada yachino pokoyana kara no shoro onodo hiara. Namba mashumoko ora yatani ima pawai maki anche jaboro onaye. You need to make sure that you are giving yourself permission every day, multiple times a day, to let go of stagnant, old, gross stuff. Like, just clear your energy field. It is time. It is time to cleanse, to clear, to release, to let go. Even if you have to go through your house and find things that you're nostalgic about that are from like past relationships and moments that are negative, like trauma moments, like either sage the crap out of it or stick it in a bucket of salt or discard it. Like, do those things. You do not want these energies around you. There is a lot that you might not understand about these energies, these emotional connections that you have to certain things. They will create portals for certain things coming through very soon. So we want to make sure that we are clearing all that out. I didn't know that. So I am a very nostalgic person. I am going to go clear all my stuff. This was for me too, you guys. All right. If you have crystals, cleanse them, clear them, sage them, put them in a salt bucket. Like, get yourself some sea salt, stick your crystals in it. And then you're going to place them on your body. Place them under your pillow, especially obsidian. Put it on your core, especially like your navel and your heart. Start with the lower body first. Do it for a couple of days and move up the body. Ask your guides, your ascending masters, your ascended masters, and your ancestors and your angels ask them to perform the healings and the clearings on your body as you do that. Hippie e ashna ada dinia chambo mahena ya shana idati ki mi mana momomhane ki. As long as you're doing those protections that we talked about at the beginning of the video, before you do your healing on yourself, where you're asking your guides, anything that might possibly use that invitation as a way to kind of access your energy without true permission, you'll be actually creating a force field around yourself so that anything with ill intentions can't access you. So please don't forget to do protection on yourself before you do the healings with the crystals. Because if you're like, oh yes, I invite my guides, technically you can have lower vibrational guides or lower vibrational entities that are acting as guides if you yourself have invited them in subconsciously. If you are working with them in any way, if there's an exchange, they are still considered a guide. So make sure that you are very specific to guides that are raising your vibration, guides that are guiding you through love. Any and all guides that are attuned to unconditional love. I only invite guides of love. Unconditional love. I only invite guides of unconditional love to work on me. So make sure that the guides you're working with are only serving love. Not just serving light, serving love. Okay? I really appreciate if you're still here, like, thank you. You literally watched me for like the length of a Hollywood movie, and for that, I'm eternally grateful. I want to know who is still here. If you are still here, like the video, like just like it, and write in the comments like I made it through the whole friggin' video. You don't have to put friggin', but like let me know, because I want to know who's stuck around. Because I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna thank you personally. In the next video, for all those that stuck around, I'm gonna give you a shout out. I'm gonna give you a little shout out. I love you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I want the best for you. My guides want the best for you. We want you to survive. We want you to thrive. We want you to get through November and come out better than you went in with. So thank you. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking with me through 2 hours and 7 minutes of rambly pambly. I love you. I'll see you guys around. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be back tomorrow because we gotta have a routine, and I have to teach you guys about this stuff, because if I don't, who will? So subscribe so you get those notifications. I'm knocking things over, so it's time to end the video. Bye. Bye. Oh my God. That was such an intense, so intense. How is this still going?